Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a first impression and demo of the Lorac Unzipped palette. So if you saw my Ulta 21 Days of Beauty Steals haul, let's see, last month I believe it was, during the 21 Days of Beauty Steals in the spring, I was unable to pick up this palette when it went on sale and was really bummed about it. And I mentioned it in that video. And an awesome friend of mine that also follows or subscribes to me on YouTube ended up sending me her palette. And I'm so very excited to get into this palette because it is stunning. So this is what the palette looks like. I've done a little bit of swatching, and I'm really excited to actually put these on my eyes. So I thought we'd do sort of a little first impression demo eye look with this palette. And I just picked up some of the brushes that I use most often. On my eyes currently I do have a primer and I do have a like a base shade down, but I am going to apply a little bit more just cause. I haven't really decided what look I want to do just yet. I am using a pretty full coverage foundation because I just filmed a Kat Von D Lock-It foundation first impressions. So I think a heavier eye might be able to stand up with that foundation. So that is just the white shade, which is undercover, just sort of all over my lid. And now I'm going to go in with, let's go in with Unconditional, this more mauve toned matte shade. So this seems like it's the typical Lorac Pro formula. I'm just going to take this into my crease. I'm using the viewfinder. This seems like it's the pretty typical Lorac Pro formula. It's quite powdery, but the pigmentation really just is wonderful on all of these, or on all of their Pro formula shadows. So just gonna lightly blend that into my crease because it looks like it could go a little bit dark if I wasn't a little easy with it. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing with the other eye. These really do blend out just so well. So excited to get to play with this one. Okay, and I think that this is the Lorac original Unzipped, and they also have the gold version, but I really think this is more my color palette. All right, the more neutral / cool toned as opposed to the more warm tone. Not that that one doesn't look stunning. Okay, so let's see. So that is blended into my crease pretty well. So let's go in with, I can't decide. Do I want to go in with, I think I want to go in with Unreal. I mean, Unbelievable. This shade right here. So I'm going to get my all-time favorite e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush. Oh, I'm sorry. Should I share what brushes I was using? I used the Wet n Wild shadow brush. I think it's a little bit fluffier, if you can tell, compared to the e.l.f. one, which I really prefer to sort of pack color onto the lid. This one's great for sort of blending though. And then for my crease, I use the Morphe M441. I signed up, oh my gosh, it's probably almost been a year, for their brush subscription service. And it's really convenient because if you don't like the brushes, they've just, either you can skip the month or they've just added the option to, I think I'm going to get a base to put down under this. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Laura Mercier Rose Gold Caviar Stick on my lid before I put this down. But they just added the option where if you don't like the brushes that are available for the month, you can swap them out for previous month's brushes. I have used that feature once, and I got the M527, I think, that awesome bronzing brush that everyone raves about. This is going to be a real chatty video, as I'm just noticing we're going everywhere. Anyway. But yeah, so I really do like those Morphe brushes. So that is again, the Rose Gold Caviar Stick from Laura Mercier. That's just a mini sample size that came in my Sephora Play box a couple months ago. So now that we have that blender on the lid, I'm going to go in with that shade Unbelievable, which is this one up here. Oh boy, that is a lot. I'm going to tap off some of that excess. Let's use this mirror instead of my viewfinder. Okay, so that is, oh. These like rose gold sort of shimmer shades really just speak to me. All right, they really make my green eyes pop. And that went on beautifully, especially on top of that caviar stick as a base. I don't think I ever use, oops, I probably should have tapped off that excess. I don't think I ever use a shimmer shadow without a base under it. I mean, I always use a primer regardless of what I'm using, but I will always set my primer before I go in with a crease shade, and then I will always use a sort of a base like that or like that before I apply a shimmer shadow, just to help make sure that it stays put. Matte shadows, I usually don't use a base. I usually use the primer and set it with a matte cream shade like that, and then go in with whatever shade I was going to use. Okay, so that was Unbelievable on the lid. I'm going to go back in with Unconditional and sort of just blend those edges out. My cat's right behind you guys. He might pop on screen for a second. Okay, blend in those out. And now I'm going to go in with a deeper shade with another Morphe brush. This is the Morphe M433 brush. He likes to sit on things, and currently he's sitting on my Sephora Play box. Whenever I unpack groceries, he sits on my my reusable grocery bags. He loves those, but apparently he also loves Sephora like his mom. All right, so I'm going to go in with a darker shade. I think I'm going to go in with, let's do Unbridled, the sort of maroony. Oh, I almost just dropped that palette. I would have been so sad. The Unbridled, just a little bit on a fluffier sort of brush, and I use this to go in to define the outer V on my lid. Oops. Just to give my eyes a little bit more dimension, a little bit of depth in the outer corner. Wonderful. I blend that into the crease as well. The other eye. This definitely is a powdery formula. If you can see, there's a bunch of kick up everywhere on this palette, but that is just one of the I want to say personality traits, but that's not correct. One of the traits, I guess, of the Lorac Pro formula. But like I said, the blendability and the color payoff really just makes up for the powderiness, I think. And if you just tap off your excess, it really is not a big deal whatsoever. All right, blending that into the crease. All right, that looks pretty even. I'm going to go back with that Wet n Wild brush with Undercover again, and then just sort of blend everything together. Ooh, that was a lot of white. It's brighter than I anticipated it being. All right, my inner corner just to brighten that area up a bit. All right, so I already have, oh, I forgot. I already have my mascara on. Well, currently I'm wearing. I don't know though I've ever done eyeshadow after mascara. That's interesting. Just the Tinted They're Real mascara. I think I'm going to add a little bit of liner just to give us a little bit more oomph. So hold on one second. All right, this is the Maybelline Line Stiletto in Brownish Black. And I'm just going to use a little bit of that directly on my lash line. I can't do a wing to save my life, so we're just going to do a little bit on the lash line. All right, so that just adds a nice little bit of something. Okay. All right. So that is the finished look. I feel like I need a little bit of blush or something on now. Anyway, all right, so that is it for the Lorac Unzipped demo and first impression. Thank you again so much for sending this my way. You know who you are. I'm obsessed with it so far, and that was just one use. The colors are blendable. I think the color palette really just speaks to me. These sorts of colors really work well with my undertone and my complexion, those sorts of things, and my hair color. This one basically is the shade of my hair. But if you guys have any questions, please let me know down below. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll put all the information you need to know about this palette in the description box below. Thanks for watching. Bye.